Today, first I'll continue with the string manipulation functions, or what we call string processing. String processing is a big area, and you need it for a lot of applications. I'll try to give you some of these so you can feel the importance of this. The tools to use mostly are through processing, through string tokenization, most of it. You can use arrays, you can use other means, but it is easier to use string tokenization for string processing. For example, here, suppose I have here, I want to write something like this one. This is C++. Okay, programming. This course or course code is COM222. For example, it is 3 credit hours. Suppose I want to type this one into the keyboard, and then I want the computer or the program to count for me how many lines, how many words, how many characters. I can do that. This is what we call string processing. String processing means I need to take the text. This is the text that I entered, or if I am reading this one from file, later on I'll show you how to read from file. I can read this text and then process it. So for example here, we used a string from before. So let's, instead of doing this one, we can use okay, I'll just declare these strings here, and then okay, so here I have these strings S1, S2, S3. Suppose I want the user to enter this, something like this. This is just example, anything. I mean any number of lines. So how to do this? I'll write here cout enter, okay, your text, for example, your text. Okay, now I want to read the text. So what to use to read? Can I use, for example, here cin S1? Suppose, for example, S1. Can I use it? Why I cannot use cin directly? Just cin. So first, cin just by itself will allow you to enter just one line. This is one thing. It will allow you only to enter one line. Secondly, it will only return the first word. It will not give you the remaining words in the line. You have to do this again and again and again several times in order to finish the line. And you can work with it if you don't know anything else except just seeing. You can do a loop, you can do to process something like this, but it will not give you exactly what we want. So better to use what? Use getLine. Okay, so I say cin getLine, and then the string, and then here the size, which is 100, for example, and the terminating character. Okay, now with this one, here, if I have cin getLine s1 100/n, this is how I use getLine. What will this do? Huh? Okay, so for example here, you know how this works. getLine. It takes the string that you need to store the text in it, maximum number of characters that will go into the string, which are 100 minus 1. The size minus 1. Why minus 1? Because you need all strings need to be terminated by a null character at the end, /0. There should be a place for /0, otherwise it will not be considered as a string. The second thing is that the terminating character, which we say that at what time it is going to stop, or where it should cut the string that you enter. For example here, so if I say here, this is C++ programming. Then I want to go into the next line. Now it finished. Okay. So it doesn't go to the next line. It doesn't allow me to go to the next line. Okay, what there are solutions to this one. One solution is to do a loop. And allow the user to enter more than one line. And you need to store each line in a string by itself. This S1 will store only the first line. Okay? You need to store also to read the second line, third line. So with this one you can do how to store it in just one string. You can do a multi or two-dimensional array. You say here, for example, how many lines maximum you will, and maybe you say 20 lines. And each line will be 100 characters length, the length of the character, maximum. You can do this. Then here, you go here and you say, now I want S0. So you will store it in S0. Then after this one you do S1, S2, S2, or you do a loop and you change this one to, for example, here you say for integer I equals 0, I less than 20, I plus plus. Then you use here, instead of 0, you use I. Okay? You can do this one. But this will require you to enter 20 lines. If you have only 3 lines, 2 lines, 5 lines, it will not allow you. It will keep asking you to enter. Okay? Huh? You can tell, for example, here, if you want to use this one, you can do this here. Move this one here, and you say so you say here enter, instead of your text, instead I say, for example, enter next line. Okay, and I need to stop to know when the user has finished entering lines. So I can say, for example, enter, okay, enter, let's say 0, 0, 0, or dot, 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 to finish. Okay, something like this. So this one will allow the user to enter many lines. When he finished like entering the line, he just put dot, 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 or 0, 0, or whatever, any symbol, any number, anything. Okay, and then you keep entering, but you need here to know. You need here to know if the user has entered this string or not. For example, if S1 I, let's say if string CMP S1 I dot, dot, dot equals 0, it means that the user has finished entering. So I use break. This is to get out of the loop, so it will not continue with the loop. This will help. For example, this code will work. This code will work. Okay. You see here, there are problems with this one, because now you are limiting it to 20 lines. Okay, you are limiting the number of characters in a line to 100. You are forcing the user to enter dot, dot, dot at the end, and then you are processing each line, or storing each line individually. So there are some issues with this one, some problems. So here, but it will work. For example, here if I try it, okay, so enter next line. Okay, this is, for example, C++ programming. Okay, it will tell me. Okay, or if I want this one to be before, I can put the code. I say here, for code for this course is COM 222, and then again. Now I want to finish, so I say dot, 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 Okay, I say enter, and now it finishes. You can do these messages, you can put it in the beginning just as we did before, enter your text, and then it will continue as normal. So this is one way. This is one way, but this has problems. As I told you, first the code is too much. You have to do use, break, many things. But another way, which is better than this one, okay, is to have it the same as we did before. For example, here, not to use a loop, not to use multi-dimensional array, okay, just use normal array for string, okay, enter, for example, here, enter your text as we mentioned before, and then here we take this one out, and these two out. Okay, now I need to modify this one. So this will be just without array. How to terminate? The problem with this one, this is the same way we use. We use getLine. But now I am telling this function, the getLine function, to terminate when I press the enter key. Now I want to tell this function to terminate when I enter another character. You see here, it requires one character. Doesn't take more than one character. If I want to put here, for example, this is an error. I cannot use 3 dots inside single quotes. This is string. 3 dots are string. They are not single character. I can use only one. But this one, this dot, I use it at the end of sentences or lines. So it is part of the text. I need to use a character that will not be used by the user. By any user in the world, it will not be. They cannot use it in their text. Okay? It is not considered as part of the text. And also, they can enter it by using the keyboard. You know, here we have ASCII characters, 256 characters. Some of it we can enter with the keyboard, some of it we cannot enter. Okay. We can use one special character. It is called the end of file marker. The end of file marker, or the end of file character, EOF. The code for this one, which is Control Z, actually to enter it is Control Z. The code for it is /26. And you enter it in the keyboard using Control, pressing Control and Z. This is in Windows. In Unix, this is another operating system. It's called Unix. In Unix, you need to press Control D, not Control Z. Control Z will not work there. But here in Windows, it works. It works using Control Z. So just with this line, I can enter the text that I want. Okay, so let's try it. So I'll say here, for example, this is C++. Okay, let's make it. Code is com 222, and then now I want to finish. I can continue as many lines as I want. 2, 3, 100 lines, 1 million lines, no problem. I can continue. Okay? It will not it will not stop until I enter the end of file marker. Okay? This is Control Z. So I notice what will happen. If I press Control and Z, you see here, it will do this marker. This is not actual character. This is just for us to know. This means Control Z. And Control Z will not be part of the text. Okay? So if I press this one, Control Z, you cannot, and here I cannot put, I can enter, for example, this one and capital Z. These are two characters. You see here, if I put this one, I press enter, it will continue. It will not take it because this is not the end of file marker. I enter it using the keyboard with two characters. But if I press Control, so I can here enter anything here, and then say Control Z, I press enter, you see here, it finishes. So this is a better way. A better way. Everything, all the lines, how many lines I entered? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lines. I entered 4 lines. All the 4 lines will be stored in just one string. They will be stored in just one string. And now you can do count how many lines, how many words, how many characters. Okay? So this is how to get a string. Now, how to process the string? I want to count how many characters. For example, here I say, so the first here, get the string. Now I want now to count characters, number of characters. How to count, how to know the number of characters? How to count the number of characters? Huh? Length. Okay, length. What is for length? For example, I say you entered space and then what? What is the function to use to get the length? strlen and then s1. Okay, and I'll say here space characters. Okay, and then end line. This will print the length. Okay, print the length. So let's say here I'll take this one. So when instead of typing, I'll do it, and I'll just paste it there. Okay, so paste here. Okay, and then so this is the text. Then I put the Control Z, and then it will tell me you enter 71 characters. It counted how many characters. Okay, how to know the number of? We'll start with the easy. This is the easiest one. This is the easiest one. Okay, to just the length or the number of characters, you just get the length of the string. How to know how many lines? The second one. The words little bit tricky, or they are almost the same, but now how to know How to know the number of lines? How to know the number of lines? How many lines I have here? How many lines? Huh? 3 lines. How do you know that there are 3? You see how I moved from here to here? By pressing the enter key. Okay? When you press the enter key, what will be stored inside the string? What? /n. /n. Okay? So there will be a /n here, a /n here, a /n here. Okay? So to know how many lines, I need to count how many /n in the string. This is one way. This is one way. Okay, so how to do it? Let's try here. So to count, let's say here, count number of lines. Of course, to count the number of lines, I can do it in 2 ways. One way is just to use a loop. So first I need to define a count. I say count equals 0. Means I don't have number of lines. Then I need to use a loop for integer I equals 0, I less than not 100. No, I need to go up to the length. String length of S1. Okay, I plus plus. And then here I need to check. This will go through the string character by character. So I need to check each character. If it is /n, then I increment the count. If S1 I equals /n, okay, then count plus plus to increment the count. And then I go here and print. I say here, you entered, instead of string length, I say count and then lines. Okay. This is one way. This is one way. You see what we did here? We need to declare a count. The count will hold, because every time it finds the new line character, it will increment the count. So I need to initialize it in the beginning to 0. Then I'll go through all characters one by one, checking. And we can do this one, we can use this one also for if we are counting any other characters. It doesn't need to be just the new line character. It can be anything else. Okay, so here, and then Control Z. Okay, you said you enter 71 characters, you enter 3 lines. Okay, you can do this one. Okay, you can do, instead of using this one, you can do string tokenization. The one I told you before, you use string tokenization. So how to use the string tokenization? This is how to use the count. For string tokenization, let's say you use we'll keep this one so we can compare. We are processing S1. Our text is in S1 store. If we use string tokenization, it means that it will destroy S1. When we start processing S1, it will we are not going to use it anymore, S1. It will have some other text in it, because what it will do, the string tokenization, it will move a pointer. So this one will be the first word. Then if we go, it will put the /0 there. Then it will put the /0 there. Then it will put there, and it will keep a counter where in the string it is, in what position it is. Internally, this is how it's doing it. So what we can do, we can copy this one into S2 first, and then we will play with S2. We will play just with S2. So string CPY S2 S1 to S2. Then we will do the string tokenization with S2, not with S1. S1 will stay as it is. So you remember what last time we said, how to do the string tokenization? What will be the first step to do it? Huh? Before, no. There are steps to do it. The first step, what? The first step is to get the string. We have now the string. The second step, to declare the token. Char star token. We declare it as just a character pointer, not array, character array, just a character pointer. This is the second step. The third step is to do the processing. No, the third step is to get the first token. Okay, so we say token equals string token S2, and here we do the delimiters. We want to split the string based on some characters. Based on what characters we need to split the string? We need to split it into tokens. Our tokens will be lines. So what will separate lines from each other? The /n. So here what I will do is I'll put here /n. Okay? I don't want the other ones. If I put a space or a tab, it means it will get me inside there. So this is how to do the third step to get the first token. Then I'll do last time I didn't show you this one. I told you that we need to use a loop. So here I will say a loop while token does not equals null, because what the string tokenization will do, it will get you one token, second token, third token, fourth token. When it finishes all the string, it will return null. Null means there are no more tokens in the string. So I will continue processing that text line by line until it reaches the end of the text. Okay? So this is how now first I need here also I need to use a count to know how many lines. So I say here count. I already declared count before, so I'll just set it to 0. I'll set it here to 0. In here, since I am inside the loop, it means I have one token now. So I can say count plus plus. Means I have now one token. Okay? So then after that one, I need to get the next token. So I say token, okay, token equals string token and We say here null. Null means we are continuing processing the same token, the same text, the same string. If we put the name, the name of a character array or a string, it means we are starting again to process that string. So it should be, the first step should be this format here. Token equals with this one. Here we put the string name. Okay, here we put the array name. But here we put the null. And the other things are the same, /n. The same thing. And here we do, this is how we do a while loop. This is how we do a while loop to process these things. Now I do this here, the lines. I just take this one from here, put it in here, okay? So let's see, take this one here. And then Control Z. Okay, so in the first one it says 3 lines. That's using loop. Here it is using string tokenization, 3 lines. If we want to count words, it will be the same way. The same way for lines, it's the same for words. Just change what?
/n to
Yeah, what separates words from each other?
space.
Huh?
Empty.
Okay, so let's say here we will take everything from here. So this is to count words, lines. Okay, so we'll take everything. We'll use string tokenization. Of course, we can use loop. We can use also loop, but for a loop we need to check here that the character is either space or a tab or a slash and a new line character. So we need to check. We use or. If S1I equals space, or S1I equals /t, or S1I equals /n. So I need to use 3 things here. I can use the loop, but better to use the string tokenization here. So we say here count, okay, number of words. Okay, and the only difference here, it will be the same thing. It will use the same thing. Here they just determine the delimiter, so it will be a space, a /t. Okay, and here also it will be a space, a /t. So three things here. Okay, so I think I entered count words here. Why it says here it failed? Okay, what's the error? I have error here. Signed, unsigned mismatch. For integer I. was not the error. I think it was not the error. Okay. Okay. Because I redefined the token here. I redefined the token. Already declared before. So some of the warnings that you get might not be that important, but some of it you need to look at it. Okay, so if I put here, this is the text, and now Control Z. Okay, so it will tell you have 13 words. How many words you have? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, but for us, what are the words? What are the words for us? For us, when we look at this string, this is one. This is a word. Is a word. C++ is a word. Programming is a word. Okay. Course is a here code. But if we display the list of words that string tokenization produced, you will see here it will be programming with dot after it. Okay, and here's come 222 with dot after it. Okay, if we want just words, the actual words, then we need to remove the dot. So we need to use dot as terminating also character. But that will increase the number of what we have of the words, yes, because it will consider it as three more words here. So in processing strings, you need some time to take into account other things. For example, here, if you are, do you consider this one C++ as one word or as 3 words? Okay. If we are processing things like, if we are using just text, then we'll take it as C++ as one word. But if we are processing tokens, for example, if I want to check as individual tokens, then C will be considered as one word, one token. This will be one token. This will be one token. Okay. For example, here, let's say, if I want to enter C++ code, int main, okay, then for example cout yes, okay, then I say here, for example, return 0, and I say Control Z. Now it depends on what I want. Suppose I want to check the syntax. Is this syntax correct or not correct? Okay, if I want to check, I am doing now my own compiler. I want to compile this one. I want to check the syntax. Then is it enough to just take words like this one separated by spaces? No, because this one is considered as one word. Main, okay, main with parentheses as one word. But actually no. Main is an identifier, and the parenthesis, this parenthesis is considered one token. This one is another token. The brace is a token. The cout is a token. The less than is a token, the less than is a token, this one is a token, this one word yes is a token, this one is a token. So now you need to do a lot of things in processing these things. And this is how when they build this compiler, how they do it. You have one utility in Visual Studio. It will format your code. It will make it. How it checks your code that this one should be this one, this one should be this one. It analyzes the text. How to analyze the text? It goes by this one. Takes these individual tokens, count how many you have, how many braces you have, how many parentheses you have, how many okay. So there is a lot of applications for string processing, but most of it you can use just the way I explained here, using string tokenization. Maybe next time, inshallah, I'll this one. Okay. Next time I'll show you also. Normally we use this way better. This is the best way to use. There are functions. I'll show you next time, inshallah. There's a string function, and string function gives you many of these utilities, many of these things that we can get. For example, a substring. A substring means a small string out of the big string. Like I want only this part. From this big string, I want this one. Or I want from character this to character this. Or I want what is in the beginning, what's in the end, what's in the middle. Where is the I starts, or the word that starts with I, it has a lot of things. This is built in C++, you can use it. Next time, inshallah, I will show you how to use some of these utilities. We cannot go into everything there because it has many things. Okay. Any question? Next, inshallah, when probably tomorrow, we'll talk about files. I'll show you something about string. We'll talk about files. Now we are entering text through the keyboard. Sometimes it is, if we have documents, we cannot process documents by entering them through the keyboard. We need to read them from files. Okay, and then process them. Also, we can store our information, our text, our things into files. I'll show you how to use files. And from there, we can do also how to read the text and process it. You can mix these two things together. Any question? Okay, so inshallah see you tomorrow.